So, hi everyone. Good night, good morning, good evening, whatever time you're listening. Welcome back to our returning listeners and welcome to our podcast for the new ones, the Power Talk podcast. So, tonight we have two very powerful, trending topics to talk about. The first topic is the whole controversy with Michael B. Jordan and the fact that he named a rum Juve. And Trinidad went all over him for that. And the second topic is why, I should say, Trinidad is more recognized or more in the forefront than Tobago. And why most times they hear Trinidad mentioned more than Tobago. So to kick it off with the Michael B. Jordan topic, in my opinion, people say I from what I read and from what I heard, people said that it's not a big deal and why Trinidadians getting on like that and why we making it seem as though it's something more than what it is. And I was talking to somebody and they asked me what I thought about it. And my response was that yes, they might see it as something small or they might see it as it's just a name, it's just simply just a name, white again also. But this 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 alone will show how culture is important to people and how learning about your culture is important to people. Because yes, people might say it's not much to us, but when you read up the story behind what Juve is and what it meant to Trinidadians, it's it shows why most of them had a problem with the fact that he named it Juve. And what I also said was if you ask Michael B. Jordan what Juve really is, he can't answer you. I'm very sure about that. And if you ask him why we celebrate it or the purpose of it being what it is today, he probably can't answer you. Maybe he did his research, I don't know. But even if you ask him why he named his rum Juve, the legit answer for it being that may not be something legit. And what I also told them was that people, you see, taking things and making it seem as though it is your own thing is another problem. Like you take this whole thing and you make it seem as if Juve is yours. Because somebody was asking me, now when you say Juve, I had to specify whether it is the Juve that we have here or is Michael B. Jordan wrong. You had to specify yourself now. So it's like it kind of it deeper than what it seems to me. So that is my take on that.
Well, to me, I honestly didn't find an issue with it because because people right now, I think what Juve was is not what Juve is today. People turn Juve into something totally different, I believe. And with that now, I look at it as okay. Yeah, he take the name Juve and make it into Real, right? But normal. But he didn't say totally disrespect Trinidad in a sense because he have um a Trinidadian working in the company with him and Angostura also sponsoring him. So and Angostura is more Trinidad based than anything else. So it's not that he was neglecting Trinidad. Yeah, he could have announced it better and publicize it better and saying, yeah, this is Trinidad and whatever the case may be. But it honestly, I don't see that as a problem. I see that Trinidad could have get a little more recognition, and some people just see it, and people who actually strong about what Juve meant. Other people let's jump on the bandwagon and just fight against it because Juve this and Juve that. But honestly, it wasn't necessarily a problem for me. I wouldn't lie.
I understand
Okay.
where you're saying how people just jump on the wagon and thing, right? Because listen, I didn't really have a problem with it, but then when I really think about it, I say, but wait, we have why couldn't be somebody in the Caribbean to do it? Because Juve does not take place in Trinidad and Tobago alone, right? Remember, Juve, Santa Carnival does happen in all other Caribbean countries. And why it can be somebody from the Caribbean to do that? And the thing was too is like if Angostura is like sponsoring it or something, why Angostura then come out with that? You know? Like I just don't feel comfortable with an outsider to just do something like that, not knowing the background behind it, right? If it was anybody within the Caribbean thing, it didn't have to be Michael B. Jordan alone. Even if it was somebody else that's not from the Caribbean and not from Trinidad and Tobago, I would have feel the same way. It's just that y'all do not know the history behind it. So don't just come and play you're taking the name and you're playing it on a rum bottle, you know. Yes, somebody in your team is at Trinidad, and yes, Angostura sponsor. And I find Angostura should have been the one to come out with a rum, to be honest.
Before anybody move on, right? Let me just read the what somebody said about what it meant and why they had a big argument about it. It said that Juve, which can also be written as or pronounced as those two words, is a broken down version of a French jo, Jehovah. The morning time, referred to as a day open, Juve, also known as a Juve originated in Trinidad with the festivals of Canboulay, which was a time when sugarcane fields caught on fire and slaves were still forced to harvest remaining crops before complete destruction. The event was reincarnated and male slaves were mocked by their masters. However, after emancipation, the slaves mocked the masters, mocking them. The festivals begin way before the crack of dawn and proceeds a little past sunup. It is the event that truly starts the main Monday and Tuesday Carnival Street Parade events in Trinidad. It was late it was later adopted by other Caribbean islands and they experienced emancipation throughout different periods in history. It's not just about the name, it is what it represents pertaining to enslavement and freedom. So that was what part of the argument about the name.
All right, Andy here. I just try to be as real as possible. To me, to be honest, I find Trinidadians just too sensitive at sometimes. To be honest, I really don't see where's the big deal in okay, so the guy took a name and made a business, a franchise out of it or something. It's not his fault that no one in Trinidad or none of the companies in Trinidad thought about doing that. But as soon as someone else did it, they jump on it and it's a whole issue. You know, it has to do with our culture and you know this and the African culture. To be honest, let's be real. I don't even think that the Juve that Michael be speaking about, I don't even think he's talking about the Juve Monday morning. I honestly don't even think he's talking about that. You understand? He take the name and put it on alcohol to probably get like a kind of Caribbean vibe to it. That's just my thinking. You understand? I don't think he would mean Juve morning. That is what he mean, or that is what he mean behind the rum. You know, he tried to put a kind of Caribbean twist behind it. You understand? A kind of overseas kind of, you know, and people jump on it and he apologize and all of that. So, to me, that give you a kind of that give you a kind of bad look. Honestly, people think they do a good by shooting him down for taking the name and whatever, but it, we just becoming like everywhere else. I mean, Trinidad is a place known for okay, all these celebrities from America and all of that come down for carnival and all of these kind of thing, and I don't even see that as a issue to be honest. That's just my point of view. I feel that was the whole thing was over exaggerated. They could have let him man, let him make it rum whatever, and who knows. Then when he do find out the reason behind it, he could I guess some kind of sponsor behind it, put Trinidad somewhere. I mean, that is just why I look and think that it could have been instead of this whole issue.
I see Nicki
I
Minaj
find
and all.
people
Nicki Minaj, I know.
Right.
Shoot, I see Nicki Minaj, I know shooting him down. I was like, in my mind, Nicki got across and said she was about three. What? How she about culture? She know about talking. She wouldn't do anything about the culture again.
No, but she from here, so she represented she country. But I understand what Anna
Technically,
comes
she's
from, right? It's
born
like
here, yes.
he didn't mean it. He didn't mean to, because in his apology, he really said that he didn't mean it in no way. Yeah? But
Mhm.
Trinidadians, typical Trinidadians will take, according to Kian, take it and run with it from the people that defended it because of what it meant and what comes behind it. And many of them don't even know what it is, but they just seeing people fighting, so them fighting too. So
I feel like if you are going on with a business thing like this, I feel like people should have done research. Like I said, I believe Michael when he said that oh he had no intentions of it. He probably really didn't have no intentions of it. It's not really him. It's more like his team. It's his team. Your team have to do research. You can't just wake up one morning and say you're going and call this thing Julie and that is that. Like you have to know where you get this, where you get the idea to even think about to name this rum, this name, give it this name. You know, you have to do research where it comes from, things like that, right? He probably just say, well, you know the name unique or whatever, we'll go with it. It thing. Nicki Minaj, on the other hand, I was like, I mean, she will always represent the Caribbean, because she loved to boast about how she's from Trinidad and Tobago, even though she wasn't here for so long, right? And she just the post that she made, it was cute. She was just like, she had no intention, keep going on with your business, but just change your name. Like I said,
You see,
nothing
just as
is
I see
is
it,
nothing
just as I
wrong.
see, just as
Uh-huh.
I see, you say you don't think he probably do research and I mean he wouldn't. Cause let me be honest, that is not his culture. That is our culture, right? So he would just take the name and I don't understand how they could think. All right, if he take the name, where we Juve is about rum. I don't think if he take the name and put it on a rum, what they thinking he tarnishing the name or the reputation or he making the culture look bad. That is what Juve is about.
People
Drinking rum,
wanted
old
to
man.
drink.
That is
People
what it
wanted
is
to
about.
drink
So
Juve and Juve. People wanted to
come
drink
on,
Juve.
and Trinidad,
I
Trinidadians,
think
they're talking that, yeah, but if it do establish and become the thing, you see somebody posting, when Carnival ever come back, you see somebody post up Juve and Juve, that's stunt because that rum from away. Trinidadians they're just different, boy. Really, they're
Trinidadians
just different
it's
sometimes.
because
just go with things when it's in the moment. You see how that was in the moment and everybody was on it? Yeah. As
Or
soon as
it's
that
like
trend
everybody
up,
just,
everybody would have been going and drinking it like normal.
it's like everybody just see
I
Michael and just run and check up what it. Up to now, I been honest. I read somewhat some about it, but I never even go in deep depths about this because from the time I see what going on, I was like, come on, this not making sense. Why they trying to fight on? So I didn't even go about it. There's some people really sharing and making a whole big scene about it.
I think
Jerry,
it's
go ahead and
because
talk,
of
Jerry.
how we ain't get no kind of recognition. I really do believe we don't get no recognition. Like I said, they didn't do no research and thing behind the name, right? If they did do that, they would have probably come
But
up with it better. They would have make a better statement. They would have say, well, inspired from the Caribbean or wherever. They would have Angostura on it to make it look thing. It didn't, there wasn't given that. So
I don't
obviously
know.
they would have Trinidadians came out and they went
I
straight to attack
I
it.
that's
I'm not
selfish,
sure
yes.
how true. I'm not sure
What
how
better
true this is,
you see
but
Angostura make a rum called Juve? What better take 2 years? What and see something?
I'm not sure how true this is. But I overheard that he in the packaging of his rum, he had the map of Trinidad and Tobago. Like it was there in it, and he had the meaning of Juve as well, and the flag. So I'm not sure how true it is. So that was part of him recognizing the origination of Juve, I guess.
Yeah.
Not
And you
sure.
see,
That enough.
this cancel
That would have been
culture we in
enough.
right now, this
Well,
cancel
if
culture,
it was that, then would have been different.
he had
And
was
I
to
still might
apologize,
think,
otherwise he would have get cancelled. So he didn't apologize for he to really he apologized because he is like he did something wrong, but if he didn't apologize or even change it, yeah, he would have get strike down. He would have get strike down comfortable because they're not
yes,
cancelled.
because a non-American, a non-Trinidadian, sorry, right? Basically bring out a whole rum line, right? And it have Trinidad and Tobago map and thing on it. Really? Really? And Angostura approve of this. Angostura will have lost real money too. If he
Yeah,
didn't come out and apologize, it would have been hell for them.
and a boycott Angostura. Sure.
How you
Here-
mean?
Here's what I say,
How
right?
you
Here's what I
mean?
say.
The boycott
How
and
you can
Australia, where
allow
you
that?
came back from?
Go ahead, Jerry.
How?
Here's what I say. So the guy wants to make a little rum and probably have a team that figure out this name Juve sounds good. What I did is they do research about where it came from. What they did the research, they have all right. They have all right legally to make a name for that rum to call it Juve. Now I could understand why people from Trinidad will feel a little way about it. It's we culture thing. And we don't really want nobody to tarnish that now. We don't really want nobody outside of Trinidad to really carry on that.
Exactly.
Now, it kinda 50-50 because who is we to how to say to claim this word, you know? But let me just draw a next reference. If Carib did make a rum called Juve, we would have like that. You
Yeah.
understand? We would have
Paris?
we would have loved that. We buying it. It finishing it would have less stocks. We'd have run out of stocks and thing. But it's because the guy just from a different country, and it's because he known it come like we feel he taken away from we credit now, but we have no credit.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing we have is this is our culture, and that's all. It's not about credit, not about who bring it out first, not about who making it popular. It's not about that. So even because of the world we living in right now, we changed the name because people would have banished him on social media. You understand? They would have real accuse him and all this sort of things. So I get that why, and they didn't wanted that for the franchise, for the start of it. They didn't wanted that. So the safest thing was to do was to change name. So I get that why he do that, but I think we I think the reason why we really came at him was because we wanted the credit, and we didn't really get it.
Nice, true.
And
Exactly.
and and
And
um
it is true.
and I don't think it's right for we to want that credit, even though it's our culture, even though yes, we we kind of created or we kind of make this word known. And I'm sure if you're gonna ask
Jerry,
some from a way far country, they wouldn't really know, but we wanted the credit, and
Jerry, you hear what I saying, right?
I feel we should. Tell
Yes,
me.
here's what I saying. I think I think the decision to go behind the man and shoot him down as a nation, I find that was that like small minded. Yeah, we're a small country and whatever. To me, that like fighting for relevancy kind of way. Like that is just my thing because if Trinidad or Angostura is to make a rum, it have a festival in America or somewhere they call Coachella, right? If Trinidad or
Mm-hmm.
Angostura, if Angostura is to make a rum called Coachella, you think Trinidad, yeah, Americans gonna be shooting down Trinidad because they make an alcohol named Coachella? No,
Yes,
them don't care about that.
yes.
Them really,
Let me tell you something. I don't know how much you know about Coachella, right? I just watch it like every time it comes around. Okay? Safe what I telling you, they would be getting on.
Nah, I don't believe so.
I
Just
don't think
just
so.
say.
Them can come behind
You don't
Trinidad.
think so because you wouldn't think so because or they don't know Coachella and thing like that. Like nah. Like Coachella, there's a whole different level though. Like no. Nope, 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 nope.
You see,
I
Americans really focus on okay, what much other countries have like American brandings. So much and you know and you see them busting out a first fight or anything like that because America big. You understand? They gain them
it's
name
just
outside it.
it's like a small-minded mentality to fight down that. That is what I thought. Yeah, they wanted the credit, and but what the credit would have do for them? Okay, if he did just write on the bottle, okay, this rum was originated from the island of Trinidad and Tobago, and their culture. If he did just write that, where did I get from the revenue? Trinidad would I get any money or anything
Tourism,
from sales, anything? Nah,
tourism, which will bring in money.
that's so you think just by putting a name on a bottle would help in tourism? Nah.
I'm, I
Every-
mean, that's the only thing I
Everybody
can
know
think of. Like, where else they gonna bring in? They pay, nah?
what.
They can't pay us. I feel we need to start a trademark. We stuff, you know.
And that is the thing. So that is the next point I was getting. As Jerry was saying, who is to say? Because okay, the word is actually it originated from a French word, as you was reading
Mm-hmm.
earlier on. So it have different. The meaning of it is morning dawn or something like that. We put to a festival and say, okay, is the dawn of Monday, the first festival during the carnival, but the original meaning of it is the dawn. So I was reading something that Fian Lyons posted. I think it was on IG or Twitter. I think it was IG, and she was
IG.
like, yeah, she was like, people they're fighting this thing and they don't even know what they're fighting for because Juve is basically the dawn, the morning time. Every morning have a Juve is the breaking of dawn when the sun rises. So it's like a universal word. Yeah, we put a big culture behind it and all of that, but it's a universal word. So the fighting it as though the man was trying to tarnish the culture or anything by putting and that is not the case. I honestly believe.
But that's why I
Here's
said
what
they should have trademark
here,
it because
here's
yes,
what
if the word have different meanings. Obviously the word Juve is that has a different meaning for us, right? And even with the spelling and thing too, because if you go up on the dictionary and you look up for Juve, we don't have no the Juve when you look it up, it don't have no apostrophe or nothing, we have all of that, right? If we
very
trademark it because like I say, because of the cultural thing, you know, maybe it might have had a little difference.
And so that's the
so
thing. We did
if
not
he
trade.
was French, right?
The
If
man
Yeah.
really apologized off a goodwill because it wouldn't have if he didn't choose to do that. Yeah, it had cancel culture and whatever. But if he didn't do that, if there is nothing on a legal standpoint that anybody could have done to the fact that he did that because it's not trademark. So he just do that off a goodwill. He probably think he really attacking somebody culture or something like that. So that is the reason why he apologized and all of that. But if he wanted to, he could have continued to go on.
He did it to just state his business.
I honestly didn't mind the Roman. I honestly Chuvi all day. What you represented Trinidad? What yeah, but Trinidad name all day. Yeah, I really did not have a problem with that. You cannot continue.
It's just that no,
You
it
cannot
it,
continue.
it just if it could if the fact that it is American who doing it, they have a problem with it. Okay, it could have been somebody from the Caribbean. They don't necessarily have to be from Trinidad and Tobago. It could be somebody from the Caribbean. They don't want
Why
no
somebody?
outsiders.
Well, why nobody from the Caribbean they pounced on the opportunity yet?
Well, it and Grenada have the Juve chocolate.
I don't know.
It's
Well,
no
if,
Trinidad.
Yes,
Trinidad's so weird. Trinidad's so weird because they want to follow so much what the American doing, and when American bring out a rum named Juvie, all I want to press on them. It's
You
like,
Exactly.
understand?
it's so weird, fam. Country's so weird.
That is what
Weird.
I'm saying. Everybody like Trinidad, like they're so lost and like they did like oh god, so, no, so you mean to tell me nobody in this country could not come up with something? Like what I say, I feel like Angostura should have been the better bet to take it instead of sponsoring it. You
This
understand?
Because
But it
this
it,
made
this fest in
it have the
Trinidad, right?
chocolate for today.
And this type of fest in Trinidad called Chinatown or something so? Or something to do with
yeah,
Called
China or
for?
yeah,
something so.
yeah. It was
Yeah,
party
it's
called
about
Chinatown.
Festival Chinatown.
So then China should try to sue Trinidad or something for that. I don't feel like that's how it is. I guess to show you that them wouldn't fight down something like that. And China is actually the name of the country. Juve is just a culture that, or a name of a culture. You know, they might even go and fight on that because okay, we's a third world country. There's nothing that we could do to affect anything in China. There's nothing that we could do, not even as a whole nation.
Uh,
You
Nelson
understand?
Mandela. Nelson Mandela was American or African? He's
What?
American. Because it have the Nelson Mandela Park in Port of Spain. They, they can take that away for we comfortable. We don't want a name.
So it's but I don't know. I mean, something to do with his legacy that put that there or something like that. I don't know the history behind it.
To me, come like the same thing, but honestly
Yes,
speaking.
like it was that fight down didn't call for. I honestly didn't believe they should have do that. You should have just leave the man. Who knows? The man
Yeah,
probably might have come through that
yeah.
promotion. People would have get
He,
jobs on that. You never know.
he that come Trinidad. He that come Trinidad. He that come
Man
Yo,
is
I
a,
Trinidad.
know what you want.
the man is an actor. You know? He come through that and take somebody for a new movie. Juve in the room and it's a people wearing masqueraders and thing in the movie. You never know. Hey, just so it is. You know.
You
Nah,
also had to
nah,
think.
nah,
You had
nah,
to
nah.
think big. You had to think big to certain things. Yeah?
I sorry. Like I really don't want he to do it. I just mean not he.
But then Trinidadians, you ain't really go get much Trinidadians to do such a thing for us, you know, because a lot of Trinidadians just focusing on themselves. As
Nicki
long as
Minaj
them
want
put
to
up,
make no rum for Trinidad. Nicki Minaj want to
right?
make no
And
rum.
she just, she would think she have the Caribbean or the Trinidad green card. Not literally green card, but it's have a lot of Trinidadians don't like Nicki Minaj, right? So it's just, she born here or whatever is the case, but I won't try to reach you or anything like that, but how much what she ever do for Trinidad? So it's now
Thank you.
it just that was just uncalled for, as I say.
Jerry,
Very like
Well,
yeah,
well, ready
yeah,
for hot one now? Already for the hot topic.
yeah.
the real topic.
Real topic.
The fact that Trinidad is, should I say, recognized or no, or what? I don't know.
I
But
don't know. Not recognized,
it's
but like
not
if we
It's
recognized.
like
if we just leave
included.
out, if we just
It's
leave
like,
out
and
Yeah, they
Trinidad.
don't
yeah, I
include
don't know if
them.
some people just feel like feeling left out or what. But
Because it's true.
yeah, I mean, it's true. But when you think about it,
Let
Trinidad
me
is the
start.
bigger
I
island.
won't even reach that. Let me start. Let me tell you
Okay.
where this originated from. So I genuinely believe this originated from kind of separation mentality from both Trinidadians and Tobagonians. You understand? The only reason why this is an issue, let's be real. Trinidad don't have an issue with people not because okay, we people is gonna say Trinidad. Tobagonians have the issue. Tobagonians have the issue with this whole thing, and that's because they think that they're separated. But we are not separated. Okay, the name is Trinidad and Tobago, but we are one nation. We share one flag. We share one currency, one national anthem, everything. We are the same. Might
Facts.
speak a little different, but we are the same. So if they think, okay, by someone not saying the name of the country that they reside in, they feel left out. Then they, I honestly think they're wrong for feeling that way. Because if somebody talk about Trinidad, honestly, they're talking about Trinidad and Tobago. They might not say Trinidad and Tobago, but when you hear somebody say Trinidad and Tobago,
But
you
that is the
understand?
problem, the fact that they're not saying Tobago. That is the whole problem there.
As Kian says, so sometimes it really feels too long to say. You know,
Exactly.
Sometimes you feel
it
Somebody
don't mean
asked me, where you from? Trinidad.
we don't mean anything in any way of no this kind of it have let me be real. It have people who just try to make Tobagonians feel, you know, a kind of how, but it have a lot of things in Tobago that some Trinidadians wish it have. Watch the beaches in Tobago, you know? Watch how nice it is to be in Tobago,
Yeah.
to live in
no,
Tobago sometimes. So
I love
so it's
Tobago. I wouldn't
It's
lie.
so
Yeah?
nice. Tobago is a nice place.
I love Tobago.
Trinidadians
Yeah.
envy Tobago. You understand? So it's not even the other way around. They shouldn't think that, you know, we think we're better than them, and this
Right.
that's not even the
I
case.
feel
I
all of this stimulate for me. See, with the comedian who was blagging about
that go deeper than that case, boy. This is
making
something that
joke
has
about
been
Tobago.
this is something that has been here. People doesn't speak about it enough, but it's something that has been here
It
a
was there all
long
the
time.
time, yeah.
You understand? And as I say, it really stems from the Tobagonians. They probably feel as though
Yeah, because
Trinidadians
Trinidad don't have a problem with
that
that.
exactly that's what I'm saying. They probably think that Trinidadians feel like, you know, the today, you know, because you know this is a bigger country, and I hope that created
But
a
that
And
is
separation.
true.
and honestly speaking, when I used to do cycling, do you know that Tobago have a bigger name in cycling than Trinidad? Because it actually have a Toa
Really?
Tobago and not a Toa Trinidad.
No, but you see, still, Kian, when you
Hmm.
go, when you're traveling from anywhere, if you're traveling from anywhere to come to that Tour Tobago, what the going and stamp on your passport? What where you visiting? You're visiting Trinidad and Tobago. You're not visiting Tobago. You can't leave from
Exactly.
England
Yeah.
and go to. You understand?
You have to say Trinidad and Tobago. Even though you're going to
Have,
Tobago, you have to say
Yes.
Trinidad and Tobago.
have to.
You know,
But the
so
thing about it, right? Here where it is, eh? If you're going, if you're going to Tobago, right? Tobagonians can't say they're going to Tobago. Them others say they're going Trinidad and Tobago. If you're going to Trinidad, you know you could just say Trinidad, right?
so that's a big thing. That's a really big thing towards it too. We don't have to.
We don't
I don't
have
You
have.
to
see,
say
or they just
Tobago.
adding on.
No, that's true. That's true thing.
But
Think about it.
we don't have to. We could just say we're going Trinidad and they will know.
I'm from Trinidad. Okay. Well, if they with it, I'm from Tobago. Tobago,
But
where
we
is
are
that?
going Tobago.
E-
But yeah, they say Trinidad and Tobago.
and even if they're trying to come at it at a standpoint as we think that we're more established and what, let me be real. We are the capital of the Twin Islands. We are the more developed place. We, you know, we have more of everything that is happening and is in Trinidad. That doesn't mean that we are better because, as I say, we are one. But it's only how they view it. If they view it as that, that is what it would be to them. Whatever Trinidad benefits is not for Trinidad alone. It's Trinidad and Tobago benefits in it. It's just a matter of speech in it that
Because
bothers people in
you
it. That
see,
to say that if I don't say Tobago at the end of Trinidad and Tobago, you feel left out.
and Tobagonians have to understand that them country, so it's so more vibrant than Trinidad because, as you say, the beaches, them have coral reefs.
Teachers
Yep.
have
More
They
more
have
people,
so much things, eh?
they have a lot
Trinidad
of things.
Trinidadians just go to Tobago for vacation. Think about that.
Think about that. We're going to Tobago to vacate.
You understand? So they shouldn't
yeah.
feel towards it. We don't mean anything towards it. You know, we are one. I don't talk a little different, but we are one.
We want, we just
It's
don't.
just it's just over. It's just over a period of time, like hearing the same thing over and over. It's just starting to get to them. It's not like it now happened today. This has
Yeah,
been going
exactly.
on for
Because
years.
when it comes to sports and thing, Tobago is really dominant Trinidad and them thing, you know.
Hmm.
Track and field, sometimes football, you understand? So them should take recognition, you understand? Them should be okay, yeah, we from Tobago and be happy about that. But I mean, then to Trinidadians, we have pride in ourselves. We like to show off. We like to boast about everything. And understand Trinidad this, Trinidad is that. They seen everything. Only post Trinidad is not a replace. They ain't saying Trinidad and Tobago is not a replace, but Trinidad is not a replace. Trinidad in this, but
No,
it's all
something just came to me, and it could probably come across as I'm not trying to double. I mean, I already stood and said what I said, but if something that has come to my head and I had to say it, so it might sound like against the point that I was saying, but it's really not. It probably have some things that's happened that would really make Tobagonians feel like, they're trying to like cut them off from, because I think about it. I never see if somebody have a pendant to a chain or something. It's very rare you go see the Tobago. You go just see the map of Trinidad. I,
Fact.
I I feel sometimes there's leave it out. And
Yeah.
as a
But
sad thing,
even
that's
in
something
schools, even in schools when they're teaching when they're teaching them to draw maps and things, they don't let them
yeah.
draw Tobago, they just make them draw Trinidad alone,
You see what
I
I'm
don't know how to
saying?
draw to, I really don't know how to draw Tobago.
nah.
No, serious. And when you're watching them children, when they're doing social studies and that, they draw the map and all of that, majority of the times they will see Trinidad map alone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, for real.
they don't even say map of Trinidad and Tobago. It would just have map of Trinidad.
Yeah, they just make them draw Trinidad alone, they don't let them draw Tobago. So it's starting from small, so we can do nothing
Yeah,
for that.
I feel
Because
But
it's
let's
something
not saying it's going on for years.
it's something that is in the system.
Yeah.
It really is in the system. But there's still the names on thing though. I mean, people might just say not say Tobago, but you would on everything on the dollar, on all the money, on all your documents, it have Trinidad and Tobago.
but yeah,
So
Yeah.
so they
yeah.
should
And
be
when we
proud for
when people
the point.
when people go out, we I mean I understand what you're saying. I know we just normally say we Trinidadian, but most of people they say we Trinbagonian. You understand? So we does include Tobago, but in a
Some
shorter
people I
way
feel like
like that.
I feel like it's like a more old time saying Trinbago. Is a while I've heard somebody said Trinbagonian.
It's hard to hear people say that.
Yeah, I'm not trying to add any salt to
No,
the
I don't
wound.
say
Not
no, I don't
Trinidadian.
I don't say it. I don't say it.
I didn't say Trinidadian.
It just, I mean, with Jerry, go on.
Jerry, they will hear something.
Nah, yeah. I listening to it, you know.
No, I want to hear. You can't just listen to us. Jeez. Come on,
No,
say
here's what I'm
something.
saying. Here's what I'm saying. With this whole topic, Trinity and it is what it is. We can't. To me, they're making a big deal, and it really shouldn't be that way because let me say the Caribbean and let me just draw illustration here. Most of the people, if they say they're from the Caribbean, the first place they might think about is probably Jamaica
Yeah.
because of I mean, there are more athletes from there, Usain Bolt, etc., etc. But I doesn't get offended. I know,
Exactly, yeah.
I know it have people, I know it have people who know Trinidad. I know Trinidad is still a country on the map, and people, even though they might think Jamaica first, they might think Trinidad next. You understand?
We don't
So
we feel offended towards
I
that.
don't
Yeah.
feel offended or left out. I don't feel that way. And I think just as how you would think about it like that to Begonians
If
or
you think about
people
it,
people who just so happen to born in Tobago, they think they're making a fuss out of the situation. Right? No, y- I can't. I can't feel so sorry for that person. You might think I'm wrong. You might think I disrespectful, but you had to understand why. Because your ID card is the same. Your driver's permit is looking the same way, right? Your your birth paper looking the same way. Dan, everything else is the same except you in a different island. We
Fact.
have the same time zone.
Uh,
It's the same thing. Everything
If
is the
I'd
same.
say if the prime minister say lockdown is not Trinidad alone locking down.
everywhere
Exactly.
locked down.
Everywhere. If I go in the grocery to buy a pack of flour and the flour costing $10, if it costing $10 in Trinidad, it might cost $10 in Tobago too, depending on
Ah
the
boy,
grocery.
nah, over there the hot in it.
Nah,
Tobago is very expensive.
The price hot over there, boy.
loud, loud,
Yeah,
loud,
no, it's expensive.
Remember
It's
over
expensive.
there
It's
big on
expensive.
tourism, eh?
Yeah.
loud. But
I find
that
the sun different
I
across it too.
I think the only reason why they might be finale left out that the Trinidad and Tobago is long. It is a long name.
That's
It's
what I'm saying.
long. Trinidad is a long word. Tobago is kind of a long word.
And
That
I had the hard
make up for
the
saying Trinidad and Tobago, all you stopping by is Trinidad.
It's exhausting. Hey, yeah, Trinidad. Ugh, you don't want it.
no, I like
It's
how you say I
chocolate
like how you bring up that point.
sandwich.
I like how you bring up that point about the whole Caribbean, because I've watched like on vlogs and like on YouTube and thing. Whenever somebody hear the Caribbean, the first thing they do is talking a Jamaican accent. Like straight off the bat, they think everybody in the
Yeah,
Caribbean speaks
it's
Jamaican.
of Jamaican,
So,
yeah.
and we don't
That's
feel
true.
how towards that, so they
No,
shouldn't
I
feel
wouldn't
how
feel no way towards that. I know just if okay, if we're gonna put a European person down or an American person down, and we ask you name 5 countries from the Caribbean. The first they might say is Jamaica. Then after they might say Trinidad, they might say Barbados. So even though we are the first to thinking about, yo, I wouldn't feel offended about that.
we still in the pecking order.
We still known now, boy. We still known because people do know us. But that is just about relevancy, which is not all that important. And
That's what I say. So
that's how Tobago people might be feeling, they might be feeling irrelevant. But the truth is, yo, when we say Trinidad, we mean Tobago too. Whether
exactly.
whether they whether, whether they may think that way, whether they may feel, if you're feeling left out, you can't live by feelings.
I
If you,
probably sure some Tobagonians just go America and say where you from. I from Trinidad. I saw somebody to say that because
For real,
it's so easier to say now, but you understand because nobody you're not gonna say it from
because
Tobago.
no, it's actually one. It is actually one. You understand? People that's just people. It's have a lot of people that probably don't even know Tobago is separated from Trinidad. You know, it's have a lot of people that if you probably just tell them, "Are you from?" They would think that Tobago is in Trinidad.
Because
maybe don't know that.
I heard people speaking out already about what if Tobago get their own independence, but they can't because I mean,
Oh,
be, the,
oh,
so much of resources
That
and
is
things them
madness.
get from Trinidad, they're not able to
what?
run that structure by themselves.
That is madness.
Understand?
Tobago
And
just get oil from me. They just get gas from us.
and
They just get
you know,
food. They just
most
get
of
everything.
Trinidad money is based from Tobago and tourism.
Yeah.
Well, you see, that's what I'm saying. That is the
It's like
standpoint.
this.
Okay, strong. That is
Here's
the
what
strong
here's
economy.
what I'm saying to Andy.
Oh, brings in the right.
Here's what I'm saying too. If it is the can you be effective alone with one hand? Can
Can
you
you
be
be affected?
can you be effective?
Mm-hmm.
Can you be most effective with one hand? Can you be most effective with one foot? Can
Nope.
you live without without a organ effectively? No. You need a member. You need your members. You need everything works hand in hand, side by
So,
side.
so
So
we need to
what is
go.
the point?
That's
What's the
what us
point
to
of
do.
the right hand saying I'm jealous of the left or the left? What's the point of the right foot saying not feeling relevant and I'm feeling left out because of my left foot? It pointless.
You know what the Bible say? You know what the Bible say about that? The Bible say the right hand offend thee. Chop it off. Chop it off, Jerry. So we are
That's what I'm
gonna jump off
saying.
Tobago. We are beneficial
Exa-
from of Tobago just as Tobago is
Exactly.
beneficial.
Exactly.
But personally, I really honestly do love Tobago. Yeah, like for real. Tobago so
I just
Tobago
love
people. Tobago
Tobago.
people so nice, but they're so nice. That's so nice.
I just be longing to go to Tobago.
They're so nice, man. And with that whole Juve thing also, Tobago more cultural than Trinidad. Like they have when they're married and
Yeah.
stuff, there must be we just they must walk the streets or something like that because it's a kind of thing of culture. Tobago culture, so they're still in depth with their culture so much that people is be drawn to that. You understand?
They're way, way more cultural than Trinidad.
Yeah, they're strong in the culture. They're real strong.
Mm.
Yeah,
Strong. They're strong.
we
You know what
forget we
I mean?
got we forget we got
Up to this day, I still want to see a goat race. So there, I tell you there.
Yeah.
There's a crab race. Crab race too. Innit? I would like to see that
Yeah.
crab
I
race.
want to see
Uh,
all them
uh,
things.
Yeah, how that possible for that crab to be walking? How you tying up that
yeah,
crab
man,
at the way? The skills, how you catch that
good one.
crab?
Oh, how you get a crab to race our next crab?
How
I
you get
went
to move a
I
straight
went
line?
I went to Tobago and watch the crab and the horse race already. It does be good. It does be exciting.
Yeah.
What's
That was
that?
a long while. That's
How
a
they
long
get up?
while.
You had to have a real speed to run behind that goat, you You had a real speed to run behind that goat. I wouldn't lie. Cause when them goat and then crack out. How you catching that?
Yeah, so it was everything was well discussed. Recapping the two things is like uh, the general census of the Michael meeting is that okay, he should have recognized the origination of the the word Juve a little more, give Trinidad a little more props to it. And in terms of the second topic, I just think that Tobagonians are just, don't take it so hard. Don't take it so personal, honestly, because whatever we benefit, they benefit as well. I mean, from the
Well,
verbal standpoint, don't feel no however man don't say Trinidad and Tobago. When we say Trinidad, in the Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, you know. So that's just my final statement.
well, the same for me. I agree that with the Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago thing, it it's something that's going on long time, and yes, I understand why Tobagonians will feel like that, but according to Andy, we don't mean it in any way. We will say what comes to head first, which is Trinidad, and we will stop right there. We didn't
Yes.
see the need to go on to say Tobago.
We love all the justice. We love Tobago.
Exactly. Because Tobago is an
Justice.
amazing place when you look at it. And with the Michael B. Jordan thing, that done died on already. Trinidad even taken on that again. He could leave, he rum that same name, and you'll see according to the next year everybody with a Juve rum, drinking and enjoying the time normal and formal. Yes, in certain ways he could have recognized the origination of it a little better, and went into depths of it and researched it a little more to be educated on it. But as a Trinidadian, my advice to him is to not take on these Trinidadians. So yeah, that is my take on it, on those two topics.
Yes, that is the main. That's the take we on. Cause you could have keep it. Just get them out of 2 weeks again, and they would have just forget about it and go about the merry way. But I think that is all for me there. Also, I have nothing else to say about it.
I don't
I
think I have anything else. Like overall, like The only thing I had to say is Trinidad and Tobago needs to start trademarking. That's it.
Jerry, any final words?
Everything was said. Everything from everybody was said. Good discussion overall. Clear to the point. I hope the viewers and them and the listeners wouldn't really take much offense, especially from the Trinidad and Tobago topic. But yeah, everything was said. Fine. I have no more, nothing else to add.
All right. Well, I guess we've come to the end of our podcast. And as Jerry said, the discussion was quite clear and it was informative as always. Um, for the listeners, thank you for coming back. For the ones that are here again, and for the new ones, thank you for coming. And I hope that you are here next week with us. I know we late this week, but life happens and we can't help it sometimes, but we are on track with the fact that we will be posting. So it may be it may be late, but it will always be there for you. Um, remember, everything in life happens for a reason. You may not like the reason, and the reason may not show itself at that moment in time. Patience is a virtue, and God will never give you things that you can't handle. So have patience, pray, and let life be what it needs to be for you. Enjoy the rest of your day, your night, or your evening, whatever time you are listening, as I said. And be sure to subscribe, like, and comment, and share. And thank you for listening. Thank you for being here with us. Goodbye.